Hey, Carson, just curious, just kind of what stood out to you when you rewatched the film of the game.
What stood out to me? I think the first thing that stood out to me is how physical of a game it was. Obviously from our guys, but from them as well. They played their butt off, and I have the utmost respect for that team. I mean, they're going to be really good this year. But it was just a physical war, and it's always fun to start the year off like that. And I was really proud of the way that our guys played. I thought, in the face of adversity, we handled it very well and were successful when we needed to be, which ultimately, led to us winning the game.
All right, Matt.
All right. So can you talk a little bit about what you think the offense did best, and then also what you would like to see improve?
Um, we made plays. That was what we did the best. We made plays when we needed to. The whole offense, honestly, just across the board looked really good. I think there's always little mistakes that happen in the first games, which is completely normal. Um, whether that's just little miscues or like a timing issue or maybe a little accuracy issue, or just I think someone's going to do something and they do it a little differently. Just those little communication things that kind of get ironed out as the season keeps going. That's what I would say was the biggest things, but there weren't really any glaring issues I thought within our offense. So just those little things that obviously we'll continue to iron out as the season goes, and that's why we practice. That's why you continue to work. That's why we're back to work. This week. We've been out here grinding. Just got done with practice today. Yeah, just trying to fix some of those things and continue to get better. We have so much room for growth.
All right, Jordan, you're up next, and then we'll go to Adam.
Yeah. Hey, Carson, two questions for you. First off, second half, first drive, you guys have that long touchdown drive. And then it was, I think, four straight three and outs before the game winning drive. Just what were you seeing on those four three and outs? And what does it say about the team that you guys were able to figure things out and get that game winning drive when you guys needed to?
Yeah, the first three and out were a guy slipping on a wet field away from, I think, getting a first down and then just taking off with it. I think we get that first down and we go fast and we create another drive and put it away. But them being able to get a stop on that one, and then continuing kind of a long offensive drive, to start to kind of bring it back, goes to show. We're playing against a good team. They're going to get stops. That's one of the best defenses in the country. I think a lot of it too was, we're up and, we're trying to eat some clock, and, it's all part of it. It's all the ebbs and flows of the game. So they're able to get some stops, but when we needed it at the end, we're able to drive down the field and ultimately go get three to go put it away.
And then secondly, you guys are coming off an emotional high, a big win, top 10 win. Just how do you avoid complacency or avoid letting that get to you guys as you guys prepare for next weekend, and just how you make sure you guys are staying focused on the task at hand after a big win like that?
Yeah, I don't think it's very difficult, honestly. I think this team is very internally driven. Um, all offseason, we worked so hard for the whole entire season, not just Notre Dame, the first game, right? We're very internally driven. We're very hungry. There's a lot of people with a lot of things to prove on this team, and humility is always a week away. I think that's what I'm really trying to stress to a lot of these guys is each and every week matters. Each and every week it presents its own challenge, with a new opponent, and that's the fun of the game. That's what I truly enjoy is the challenge of a new opponent, new people, new faces, new defense, new calls, right? Like, how are we going to scheme these guys up? What are we going to run on offense? Like, that's what I enjoy, and what I think is super fun is you do all this preparation for 12 guaranteed games a year, right? So for us, just thinking humility is always a week away, and we only have 11 more guaranteed opportunities, and just never take any of those for granted. And I think that completely eliminates complacency just by having that mindset and that perspective.
Adam, will go to you, and then Tim.
Hey Carson, how are you?
Good.
So just how comfortable did you feel playing behind that offensive line? Obviously, it's the first game, the first actual game you've played with them. So just what was it like playing behind them?
Yeah, they played their butt off, and I've been saying this all off season leading up to the season, fall camp, everything, that those dudes, I've never seen a group work the way that they do. And whether that's in the film room, whether that's extra work out on the field. I mean, we have off days and they're out in the sand pit. They're here in the indoor, getting their footwork, they're running, their conditioning, all this. I cannot speak highly enough of that group and the work that they put in, and they make my job a lot easier. I mean, I was comfortable back there, and I trust those guys a lot because they put in the work, right? I can sit back there and make my reads, go through what I need to go through again because they're so talented. And when they show up on Saturday, which obviously we played on Sunday, but normally we play on Saturdays. When we show up on Saturdays, I have faith and confidence in them that they're going to execute at the highest level.
And then just you may have answered this on Sunday, but just you talking to CJ Daniels later, what were your conversations with him after he made that catch at the end of the first half? I mean, what was that like? What would you guys talk about after that?
Yeah, I mean, dude, one of the most unbelievable catches I've ever seen in my life, and honestly, two of the most unbelievable catches I've ever seen in my life are both by him. One was in practice, which was in the spring when I wasn't even playing. He made probably the most ridiculous catch I've ever, like, literally ever seen. I wish that could have been live. People would actually have gone nuts for that one. He literally like caught it one hand over like three different people. But anyways, moving forward to the game, I don't know, man. We just talked, and he's a vet guy like I am. He's played a lot of football, and he understands the game very well. And I think he does a good job of just like envisioning plays and seeing things happening before they happen. And we kind of talked about how there was a look that we got in practice on a similar play, and we had talked about like just like go over the top, and I'm gonna just put it high, and you just go up and get it, and I'll be damned if it didn't happen in a game exactly how we talked about it after practice, just watching film, right? And that's why we do it, right? That's why you practice. That's why you watch film. You go over things. But I mean, I can't speak highly enough about him and the rest of the wide receiver group and the way that they work, not only during practice but in our off time, and just consistently wanting to get better, and then ultimately showing up and executing during the game.
All right, Tim, you'll wrap us up.
Carson, to keep going on the catch, did you get it? I mean, I know they replayed it a couple times while they were reviewing it. Did you see it in the replays, or did you not see it until afterward?
Well, I saw the replay on the screen. I didn't see it live because I kind of like the guy had like gotten through on the left side, and I had to like back up a little bit. And I like threw it off my like back foot as I was like getting thrown to the ground.
Right.
So I didn't even see him catch it. I just saw him in the end zone. So I'm thinking, I mean, I didn't know that he caught it like that live. And then like I'm going to like I'm running to the end zone to go celebrate with him. And then as we're all walking back to the sidelines, they're reviewing, and I'm like, huh, like why are they reviewing it? Whatever. And then I looked up on the screen, and I saw that he caught it, and I literally looked at him. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I did not know that you caught it like that. But nah, then I had to go hype him up, and man, that was just insane. It was spectacular.
It's obviously, I mean, there is the pressure of the clock in that situation. Like there wasn't a whole lot of time for you guys to come up with much else, but that's a pretty high risk, high reward throw there too. How just to be able to have that sort of confidence in a guy that you've only been teammates with for a short time. How have you two gotten that bond so fast?
Trust is everything, and in those situations, like, I mean, that was a game deciding play, right? Like, let's keep it real. Like that, the middle eight of the game, which the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half, we dominated that situation of the game, which is such an important part of a football game, especially when it's two like beasts of teams going against each other, right? Like all the situations matter, right? All the situational football matters. Um, but getting back to your question is when you can build that rapport and trust with guys, it allows you to, do things that you maybe wouldn't if you didn't trust them, right? Because for me in that situation, we had talked about the play, we had talked about against the coverage exactly what he's going to do. We had watched the film, we had walked through it, we had practiced it, we did it on air, we did all of these things to where now we're getting in the game, and yes, there's 18 seconds left in the first half and we're in field goal range. And yes, is it a risky throw? 100%. But like, I trust that guy to go make a play. You know what I'm saying? And we've done it so many times that at that point, it's just second nature, right? Obviously, him going up and making a catch like that is I mean, absolutely insane, but like I trust him, and we've built that trust since January from the second that both of us walked on his campus. And I mean, it definitely helps me when guys are making plays like that and makes my job a lot easier. So again, like I'd love to speak highly of those guys. I mean, they're second to none when it comes to the way that they work and obviously the way that they execute as well. So super, super big fan of that group.
Thanks, Carson. CJ, Tim Reynolds with the AP. Thanks for doing this.
No problem.
Can you give us an approximation of how many texts and emails after a certain play you made the other night?
It was definitely a lot. Can't really give you a number.
When you go back and see it, I mean, Carson saw the replay and he shared what he told, he said he just couldn't believe what he'd seen when he watched the review in the stadium. And he said it wasn't even your best catch. He said you had one in spring that was even better than that. When you go back and see plays like that, do you even surprise yourself with what you're able to do in those moments?
Uh, I wouldn't say I was surprised. It was just the world was surprised. I know I'm capable of making any play, man. When the ball in the air, I just feel like it's really just me and the ball. So, like they said that I did in the spring, man. It comes down to things like that as far as like us just executing as a whole and doing those things in practice and it coming back to light. So it was definitely I wouldn't say surprising, but it was definitely a great play.
Last one for me, real quick. Was there one text or something you heard from a fan or a friend or a family member or whatever that really stood out?
Um, Not that I can remember, man. I don't really get into all the media and all the praise and stuff like that, man. I'm willing to just come in and move on to the next week, man. It was a great play, but we still got things to focus on. We on Bethune-Cookman now, so I'm driven. It's tunnel vision for me.
Thank you.
All right, next up we'll go to Adam, and then Jordan will go to you.
Hey, CJ, how's it going?
How you doing?
Good. So I know you just said you don't really focus much on the media and the praise, but to ask one more question about the media and the praise, you know, see, I know you were number one on SportsCenter's top 10. Just how cool was that? I mean, that's something I think a lot of people, kids watching SportsCenter look up to that and stuff like that.
It was definitely cool, man. It's definitely a kid's dream, to be on SportsCenter, man. But I think what I'm most proud of is as a team, as a whole, the effort that we played with, man. Especially in the receiver room, man. We were blocking our tails off, man. And I think that was probably the best moment for me in the game. I know the highlights was cool of the catch, but I'm just really proud of how much effort we played with and how fun it was too to put our paws on these DBs, man. But it was definitely a cool catch, a kid's dream. But I'm even more proud of how we came out with the effort we had.
All right, next up we'll go to Jordan and then Matt.
Yeah, hey there, CJ. Obviously, we can see that the trust that you and Carson, are the bond that you guys have out there on the field. Just what was it like building that over the course of the 6, 7 months since you both got here in January, and then specifically the last month once he started being able to get on the field and start throwing?
I think it really kind of came with the chemistry and the gel we had off the field because we both were a little banged up in the spring, man. And just rallying these guys together in the season, I mean the off season, and actually not being on the field, I think it definitely correlated to last Sunday, man. So it was just really built up energy. I think we all had a message to prove. We had a point to prove, man. And I can't be more grateful for Carson being a leader, a vet, and him just having the knowledge and the tools that I can carry over. It definitely showed Sunday.
And then just one more, as you guys come off of that big win, obviously big emotional win to begin the season, how do you guys balance riding the high of a big win like that, but also knowing there's a long season ahead, you still have a lot you have to accomplish? Just how do you guys balance that?
Um, it's day by day, man. We don't we don't get too high, man. We don't get too high in the good times. We don't get too low in the bad, man. So we just stand level headed. And we focus on this week. We're not focused on the next week. We're not focused on this past game. We got work to put in.
All right, Matt, you'll wrap us up.
Yes, sir. Last one for you. So you mentioned the effort you guys played with, and Shannon Dawson made a point to say he couldn't remember ever seeing a wide receiver core block the way you guys did. Where does that come from? Is that something you guys actually talk about and take pride in for a certain reason?
Oh yeah, for sure. Coach Beard and Coach Varner, they said we got to make a point. We got to make it hard for DBs, not just on pass plays, but on run plays as well, man. And I think when we do that, man, it kind of lets the defense know like, oh, these guys are not stopping. Like it's every play, it's consistent, man. And us blocking it just open up holes for the running backs. For us to make explosive plays, not just when we got the ball in our hands, but for also for the running backs.
Hey, CC, how's it going?
Doing good. How you doing?
Doing well. So after watching the film of Sunday night's game and everything, analyzing what you guys did, just what do you feel like you guys on the line did well, and what do you think you guys still, need to work on through the course of the year?
I mean, there's always room for improvement. Throughout the course, I thought our run game was pretty good. You know, and it all starts from us. We said that in the locker room before and afterhand. It starts from us. We gotta set the standard. We're the tone setters for the, we set the standard for the whole team. But all in all, I mean, there's still some things we need to fix up on the run game, even on the pass game. Some missed assignments and stuff.
Do you think like opening the season against a team like last year you guys had Florida, this year you guys had Notre Dame, opening against a really strong team like that, do you
Mhm.
think that maybe helps you guys? Like it's like okay, you have to, be firing on all cylinders, from the jump, or does it not matter?
Yeah, I mean, always the first game, is always that because the whole off season, from off season all the way to fall camp. I mean, you're eager to play someone else. I mean, you get tired of playing Ruben Bain and Akeem Mesidor, and then you want to face like another opponent. It's like you want to get out there in front of the fans, in front of the stage. So I guess the first game is always that live. It's always where are we ready or not?
And then one more for me, just because you mentioned Ruben Bain and Nakeem Mesidor. When you saw them kind of, terrorizing Notre Dame's offensive tackles, was that like, I mean, is that about as predicted for you? I mean, going up against them all spring, all fall, is that what they've been doing basically?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I've been knowing that since fall camp. I mean, they gave me a hard time too in fall camp, and we battled back and forth each and every day, and we improve on that. And they my boys, so I knew they were going to do that on Sunday.
All right, Matt, we'll go to you and then Jordan.
All right. Can you sort of talk to what, if anything, you think Miami proved to the nation with this win?
Um, you know what? I don't really think we don't even have to prove anything. We know who we are. We know what we're worth, and we know how hard we work for each and every win. I mean, with that first win, it's a win, it's a big win. Don't get me wrong, but we still have 15 more opportunities to go. So yes.
All right, Jordan, we'll go to you.
Yeah, hey there, CC. You mentioned the run game. I wanted to ask you specifically about Marty's touchdown, the one where you guys all just basically barreled and bullied and pushed him to make sure that he was able to get in the end zone. Just as an offensive lineman, just can you take us through just what it's like to be part of that when you guys are just doing what you can to get those couple extra yards to get him in the end zone?
That's who we are. I mean, Coach Mirabal has been emphasizing finishing. We finish till the whistle blows, and if we see our running back get stuck in a hole, our goal is to push him 3, 4 more yards, get that extra yards. Even on the fourth down where we went for it and finally get the first down. Our whole emphasis is finishing and playing for your teammate. I mean, our wide receivers do a hell of a good job blocking too, and our running back do their thing. And you see that other clip, it shows like we play for each other. That one clip where Mally ran a in and out and he caught the ball, and you can see Marty just sprinting down the field blocking his butt off. I mean, that's just who we are. We play for each other, and is what make us unique.
Hey, David, how's it going?
Good, good. How you doing?
Doing well. So just, first off, what was your first experience as a Miami Hurricane like? I mean, what was that? What was all of Saturday like for you?
On a Sunday, I say
Sunday.
it was amazing. Like walking in the stadium was amazing. Looking at the lights, alone, like even outside of the fans, was looking outside, looking at the lights, the supporters, the fans, seeing all the orange. It was fantastic. I ain't gonna lie, it was fantastic.
And then obviously, the D line played really well. You guys were really disruptive on Sunday, not Saturday. So just, how do you feel like you guys did? What do you think you guys still need to work on, after that game?
I feel like we stepped up to the occasion for sure, but we left a lot on the table, 100%. Uh, I don't have any plays that I can really pinpoint, but there was a lot of plays out there that we could have did better. We could have it shouldn't have been as close of a game as it was in that sense. We left a lot on the table.
And how does playing with, edge rushers, guys like Ruben, guys like Akeem Mesidor, obviously they're very disruptive players. How does that open things up for you guys on the interior?
It's it's great. They come off the edge, the QB steps up in the pocket. It's like I don't know the word for it, but like if I'm not getting some, if Ma not getting none, if Jay Scott not getting none, the end's gonna get it. Somebody gonna eat.
All right, and we'll go to Matt.
Yeah. Hey, David. Can you sort of assess your own play? It's your first game as a Miami Hurricane. How do you think you did, and what do you think you did best, and what do you want to improve moving forward?
I believe that I stepped up to the occasion in in a sense, but I don't want to say I didn't have a superstar game in any type of sense. Still a lot for me to work on in the sense of like closing out on certain plays and getting off the ball on other plays. And well, yeah, simply that.
All right, Jordan, we'll go to you.
Yeah, hey there, David. Just wanted to get your thoughts on some of the other defensive tackles. Ahmad Moten, Justin Sky. How did you feel the two of them did? And what's the chemistry like? What's the rapport like between the three of you?
I feel like we all did great. It was in our chemistry, man. We're very close. You know what I'm saying? Like talk every day for real, and we got a great relationship. Like if I'm out there, if they make a play, it feels the same as me making a play. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna celebrate damn near more than them. You feel what I'm saying? Like it really is a brotherhood in that sense.
And then just now that you guys have a live game under in Coach Heatherman's defense, what stands out about it? What makes his defense so successful when things are working?
What makes his defense so successful?
Or what leads to success in Coach Heatherman's defense, I should say.
Us playing hard. If we don't play hard, and it could be the greatest defense in the world. You don't play hard, your defense not going to work. And he really harps on that and us playing hard, playing violent, and that's what we do. And then that's when the success comes. If we play hard and violent, the success is going to follow.
All right, anything else for David? All right, appreciate the time.
I appreciate all y'all for real.